I think it's a pretty healthy recipe. It's not crazy fattening or anything like that, but this is a family recipe. Well, I guess it's not family. It's just something that I have been making for years. I don't actually have a website or anything to share with you, but I will put in the comment section or the down bar, I will list everything I have and kind of write out a recipe for you guys. But it's non-paleo. This is something that I'm just making not for my husband, but for myself and the rest of my family. It is red beans and rice from scratch. And so it's an easy crock pot meal. I love crock pot meals. They're one of my favorite meals. I go to them a lot on work nights because it's just easy to have it already ready when you get home. Or making a big pot, like for instance of this red beans and rice. It makes a huge pot. I have leftovers for days for myself for lunch or whatever. It also freezes very well, so what I like to do sometimes is make this and put it in individual containers and freeze it. And it's a really quick and easy thing to throw in my lunch the morning I go to work, and it's thawed out by the time I heat it up in the microwave, or you can just pop it in the fridge at work and then heat it up when it's time for lunch. And it's just a real easy, kind of healthier option than getting a sodium-filled TV dinner. So something that freezes well that you can make, and it's super easy. So come on in and I'll show you what I'm doing. So these are the ingredients and I guess tools you will need. Ultimately, I guess you probably wouldn't need a food processor. You could probably just finely dice your onion and pepper if you don't have one, so probably don't have to have that. I have 1 onion, 1 pepper. I have a 32-ounce container of chicken broth. I have some cayenne pepper, regular pepper. You can also salt it if you prefer saltier stuff. I didn't get the low salt chicken broth, so I am not adding any additional salt. I'm not a big salty person. Smoked sausage, the one that I use is the turkey sausage, just because it's less fat, but you can use anything you want. If you like more spice, you could do andouille, you could do any flavor sausage you want. I would recommend getting a skinless one. This is the skinless, because when it cooks and soaks in that liquid all day, the skin kind of just, to me, I'm a weird texture person, kind of separates a bit, and so like I hate tasting the skin and it feels chewier or something, so I do prefer the skinless, but I mean that's a preference thing. And I do have a 1-pound bag of dry small red beans that I soaked overnight. I washed them and then soaked them, and so I have the beans here. And you will also need a crock pot, and I have my crock pot here, this old guy that has lasted me years, and I just kind of, as out of habit, I have it sprayed with some Pam spray inside. So what I like to do is just dump my beans into the crock pot. That's what I start with. And then we'll go ahead and get everything else cooked up here. So the sausage, you really only need 1 package of sausage, but I do too, because this makes so much my husband can't eat it because it's not paleo, so I'll share it with my family. And my little niece only eats the sausage and the rice. She doesn't eat the beans, and so she'll eat all the sausage out of this, so I put 2 sausages in there so everyone has enough sausage. And all I've done here with my onion, it's a yellow onion, I've just washed it off and cut each end and the skin off on the outside, and the pepper is just washed and I took the top off and cleaned the seeds out. That's about all you have to do with those, because they're going to go in the food processor. So basically all you have to do is just cut these in small enough chunks just to fit them in your food processor. And I throw as much as I possibly can in there. Really, there's no special way you have to do it. And same thing with the pepper, you just want to cut it in small enough chunks so that it all fits in your food processor. Also, if you don't have a food processor, you know, some people have those little small, I think you can get them at Walmart really cheap, like just choppers that like chop your food. Basically, you just want to pulverize these. So, I mean, you could do that just as easy. So I will go ahead and get these going, and I will show you what they look like. Okay, so basically what you want to do with these, they're mostly for flavor. I don't like to see big chunks, so I mean it's for flavor pretty much. I didn't really want to talk during this, so I'm going to have to talk over it. So basically it's for flavor. So I've pretty much made them liquidy, pulverized, like kind of soupy consistency, and you just dump that into your crock pot on top of your beans. And it just gives it a really, really nice flavor. And then with the sausage, you just want to kind of cut it. I do pretty thin chunks. I'll kind of show you about the size I'm cutting them. Kind of thin little chunks. You just want to kind of cut those in thin little slices like that. Oh, I'd say they're about 1/2 inch maybe. And then you just add that in as well into your crock pot. Now this is all going to cook on low. I cook it for about 8 hours. So it's just a really great recipe to dump in the crock pot when you're going to work. And it's just simple and easy. And really what you could do is have your onion and pepper already pulverized and your sausage cut. So all you had to do was just get everything dumped in before work. So you could omit this actually prep step if you wanted to do that to make it something quick and easy. I like to do that a lot when I do crock pot cooking. I try to get like my veggies and stuff like that cut up already so that I can omit any extra step that I would have to do. Now this is one of those Pampered Chef's cutting boards that gets like this, so it's super easy to throw things in there. So now I have put the sausage in there, and then what I like to do is just pour this whole thing of chicken broth. And I'm gonna, since you've already seen me cut the first sausage, I will add the second sausage, and I'll do the same thing. I just didn't figure you wanted to watch me cut 2 sausages. You want to pour your chicken broth in there. Whole container. And again, I will add the other sausage. I just shake pepper. I just kind of eyeball it and shake some in there for a little bit of heat, some mild heat. And I'm going to make this extremely mild because my 9-year-old niece will not appreciate if I make this too hot. So I'm just going to do a little bit, not even, maybe 1/4 teaspoon. I'm using cayenne pepper. I usually prefer crushed red pepper, but I don't have any. Forgot to grab a spoon. I don't have any on me right now. I must have run out. So then I'm just going to stir it all. And I'll probably add about just 1/2 cup of water just to dilute the chicken broth just a little, and the other sausage, and then I'll put this on low and let it cook for 8 hours. I will show you the finished product when it's done. And then I personally don't eat it with rice just because I watch my carbs, but you can use brown rice. You can use brown rice, white rice, whatever rice you want. I just make instant rice for my family, and I put the rice in a bowl after it's made and pour this on top, or pour this and then put the rice on top, which way you prefer. And that's your red beans and rice. So I will go ahead and add some water and some sausage. Let this cook all day, and I will show you guys the finished product. Okay, here is the finished red beans and rice. Of course, mine has tons of sausage. Like I've already told you, your beans, you want it to cook till your beans are tender. And I just think cooking it all day really just gets the flavor. Now, it is real thin and soupy. And like I said, you'll add you'll cook your own rice and pour this on top. Oh, it smells amazing, guys. So this is what it looks like. But what I find with this is that it is absolutely amazing the second, third, whatever day after it's frozen, because this gravy or sauce or whatever will thicken up, and you can still kind of see a little bit of like the onions and stuff, and they kind of disappear, and it just gets thicker, and it's just like this delicious gravy around it, and it's absolutely amazing. So this is what it looks like. Let me see if I can get a big scoop and kind of... Woo, my lens is fogging up. Okay, so you get the point, guys. I hope everyone has a great day, and thanks for watching, guys. Bye.